A lot of birthdays and anniversaries in the last few days. I mean, you got ODST.
Yeah.
Its 9th year. You had Friends apparently premiered.
Yep.
How many years ago was that? 98?
That was
99?
94.
94. Jeez. No longer far back than I thought. DDLC got a year old. Apparently Nintendo actually today is 129 years old.
So really old card games.
1889, September 23rd.
As a card game maker. They made
card. Yeah, they
cards.
made playing cards.
Yeah.
Then they went into toys in general, and then they went, hey, this electronic thing, yeah. They made Game & Watches, and then they made the NES or the arcades and NES, and then, oh yeah, they're now video games.
The rest is history.
I think they still actually make playing cards, but
that might be interesting. An actual set of official Nintendo playing cards.
Yeah. So lots of stuff going on anniversary wise and whatnot. Last few days, or at least ones that people care about. But that's not what we're talking about.
Nope.
We should talk about ponies.
We should.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Pony 411. This is 238 for the week of September 23rd, 2018. I am Nemesis, and I am joined by Alca7raz.
Hey.
Yeah. Other stuff happened this week.
Yeah.
Bowsette.
Oh jeez, that's a big one. Bowsette.
Waifu of the month.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it?
And it's happening.
Oh. I also ended up at a farm. An abandoned farm, but a farm.
Bowsette has awakened things in many people.
It's sort of similar to that, the scaly version of Bowser that came out a while back. I was going,
Anyway, I still had lots of Bowsette pictures.
Yeah.
So,
it's glorious.
Fun times.
It's glorious.
It is. It's great. But yeah, moving on though, we do have got a lot of things to talk about this episode.
Yes, apparently.
Of course, we got our usual news and whatnot. We got a little thing that happened to talk about. Of course, what lies beneath the episode that just came out in the U.S. and a bit of fan content at the very end of the episode as well. Probably should go ahead and get started with the news. If you want to follow along, go to pony411.libsyn.com/shownotes. It's spelled LIBSYN. Links are there to get more details on all this stuff. So to start off with convention news, High Roller PonyCon will not be returning in 2019.
Yep.
There's a little 5-minute video that's posted on their Twitter that explains what's going on.
Yeah.
Basically, I think it's a lack of time and...
Lack of timing and finances are always a thing. Well, they were able to afford it just fine last year. It's still tough to do it every year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, unfortunately, nothing this coming year.
Yeah.
And HarmonyCon Dallas has announced their first few community guests, and they are, let's see if it loads up, Harmony Studios, animation. No relation, though, I think.
Pretty sure no.
And Step 2 Harmony, which cosplayers do Equestria stuff. Fandom news. The full version of Fall of Enterfold Outland 3 is out. That weird horror game thing, there's a lot of them.
Yes, they come out very rapidly.
And Pink Marmalade 2 has been announced. It's a top-down twin-stick shooter type thing. First one is very Geometry Wars-esque. This one's a little different in art style. And also, very interesting song choice for the trailer. I'll also say that.
I don't remember what song it was.
It's interesting. I'll just say that. Merchandise news. Series 2 Stack'ems have been seen at Walmart. There's like the Squish'ems. Those just little stackable toys. Even though we also have the Cutie Mark Crew, which is the same sort of thing. And the McDonald's Cutie Mark Crew's toys are actually now being sold at the McDonald's.
Yes.
Or given away with your Happy Meals.
Yes, so you actually have to go into a McDonald's.
Yes.
Or have someone who can get them for you.
You have to actually ask for the girl toy.
I remember that. back in the day,
Do
how
you have
nerve-wracking that
the
was.
girl toy?
Just going in and asking, just see if I can buy just that.
Yeah, they use a lot of them will sell them.
Oh yeah, they have a special. It's a special thing that they can say. You can buy them. It's not like a weird hope that they can. It is literally in the register that you can do that.
I know some will not.
Huh.
They would just say, no, you have to buy the meal.
Yeah, every time that I went, it's a special item, even on the receipt. Yeah. The toy.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying some McDonald's actually actively refuse to. Not they won't, can't, they won't.
Yeah.
For whatever dumb reason. Anyway, you can get them now. New York Comic Con will have its own set of exclusive 80s MLP pins because there is a set at SDCC now, while NYCC will get some. Entertainment Earth has listed the Royal Ponies of Equestria set that includes Celestia, Luna, and Cadence. And I believe, yes, they are brushables.
Yes, because Twilight's not royal enough.
John Delancey will be appearing on the Pony episode of The Toys That Made Us.
Yep.
Just talk about stuff, even though he doesn't really have anything to do with toys, but sure.
Well, he's become kind of an important character.
Yeah, but he's
the
voice of a character who's gotten like one piece of merchandise.
I got a couple.
2 pieces of merchandise. And Siege of the Crystal Empire stuff is out in the Gameloft MLP game. If you remember, that is from the comic arc where Sombra becomes good.
Yep.
Ponyville Mysteries number 5 has a preview on iTunes. So if you're looking forward to that. And Friendship's Magic number 73 has been revealed. When a magical amulet helps Fluttershy get in touch with her wild side, she starts seeing things from a whole new perspective. That have her animal friends. What could possibly go wrong? Should have spelled that differently, like Bubsy with the paw, for possibly.
Aha. Anyway, I'm a little confused. Gets in touch with her wild side.
Yes.
All right. Been there, done that. She turned into a bat.
Mm-hmm.
Also, seeing things from the perspective of her animal friends. Does she do that on a daily basis? Isn't that like her thing?
Not entirely. You can talk to them, but that doesn't mean she see things the way they see them necessarily. Because have you ever tried to communicate to someone how you see things and they just don't get it? Even if you usually talk really well? And Nightmare Nights number 3 has also been revealed. The heist begins. As Luna's band of misfits infiltrate Eris's palace and casino, they are faced with challenges that will test each member's resolve. Will they complete their mission, or will they turn on each other first? Oh no.
Will you fight, or will you perish like a dog?
Kind of a different situation there.
Yeah, a little bit different than that one. I do... Seeing the covers for that one, the retailer incentive cover for that's really freaking cool. Well, it has absolutely nothing to do with the comic itself, indeed. But
nothing. Probably has nothing.
Probably has nothing. At least it doesn't match anything in description, but it's really freaking cool. That Daybreaker.
Mm-hmm. And Equestria Girls news: Roller Coaster Friendship Part 4 is up on YouTube. Part 4 or 5. The last one will be coming soonish, and apparently they confirmed there are no deleted scenes this time. It was made very much to be 44 minutes long.
Yep.
And apparently then they also, because someone asked, what about Cranky Doodle? Why is he credited? Because he did a voice for something that got cut at the animatic stage.
Yep. So it's not extra. It got cut before it was actually done.
Yep. But they still have to credit him because weird things like that happen.
Yeah.
And Friendship is Magic news: the Best Gift Ever DVD has been pushed back till November 26th in the UK. I was good because I was getting
closer.
I was wondering because it comes out November 5th, but I've seen nothing on the airing schedule. What's going on? Is it going to come on DVD before it airs?
Yep.
But no, apparently I'm guessing then, some probably second or third week of November will show up on TV.
Probably on Discovery Family, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it puts it a little bit closer to Christmas itself.
A month away.
Only a month. Instead of a month and a half.
Let's be honest, it's close
enough.
Close enough. So that's Friendship is Magic news, which means we are done with the news in general.
Yay.
And now we have to move on to a not great topic.
It
really actually sucks. It sucks that it's happening. You probably saw it on Twitter in the last week. Everfree Northwest and their head board member person, Kyle Elliott.
President of the board.
Yeah, president of the board, Kyle Elliott. So it's not a great situation. So to start off, what happened was someone who often did artwork for Everfree, they go by Midnight Premiere on the fandom whatnot, and they did a lot of work, and then they were just taken off staff by Scott Kinnersley.
Yeah.
They're taken off staff, and they're like, "What's going on?" And kind of, like a lot of a kind of public event on our Twitter account or whatever about what. But so, and then she got in contact with them and everything. It seemed everything was kind of going along smoothly. Talking. It's like, okay, so we're gonna figure out what's going on and whatnot. And even says like, I'm kind of okay with not being on staff. It just confused. And then Kyle made a Twitter account and went on Twitter and started posting a lot of stuff.
Went on a tirade.
Yeah.
Basically an angry tirade.
Basically dragged all this stuff out into the public because I believe she said something else on Twitter, supposedly.
As far as I can tell, because it's kind of a little bit tough to piece some of it together. As Midnight was trying to figure things out, supposedly they had talked with the Everfree people.
Yeah.
Supposedly, and what Kyle stated, is that Midnight broke an agreement to wait a week before mentioning something on Twitter to the public. As far as Midnight says, there was a small suggestion, and it was not an actual agreement. They never made an agreement to do that, and she needed to for other reasons, talking to someone else to try and get some things moving. And that's what Kyle was apparently really pissed off about, supposedly that she broke an agreement that never actually existed, and because of that, started basically just banned her and started banning basically anyone who spoke up questioning his actions.
Yeah, that was the big thing. Because it started off was he tweeted to her this a text block, which comes across as kind of threatening.
Yeah.
It's out there. I don't want to read the whole thing.
Yeah, no, we're not going to read the whole thing.
It's also riddled with errors.
Oh yeah, there's typos all over the place. Did not proofread that.
Anyway, it comes across rather threatening and alarming. That and then of course other people, other vendors,
rather
and stuff,
passive aggressive in places.
And other vendors
too.
And stuff saw this because now it's being dragged on public. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, I mean, there's some pretty specific things that he said that really set a lot of people off reasonably, especially like, well, you don't have to come. I've got a wait list of 150 vendors.
That was another tweet. That was tweeted at Sophie Scruggs.
Yeah, because when people start questioning, hey, what's going on with this? Basically, it's just really arrogant, somewhat passive aggressive, and I don't need you. Kind of an
it goes
thing.
into outright aggression.
Holy crap!
Passive aggression drops pretty quickly into outright aggression. I know Leakfish. A lot of people started talking. I saw, Bolt, Leakfish, Sophie Scruggs, a whole bunch of people started like.
Well, it's a lot of people trying to figure out what are you doing?
And it was so nasty that people actually thought it might be a troll account.
Yeah,
and then we know it's confirmed it actually is legitimately his account, which he seemed to have made solely for the purpose of dragging this out into the public.
Yeah,
which is weird in of itself. And yeah, it's at best you can describe his tweets as unprofessional.
Well, that one
at best.
Yeah, it is incredibly unprofessional. We don't have an official response from the rest of Everfree yet.
This all happened on September 19th, as recorded September 23rd, as now we do not have a response yet.
We don't have one yet. As of recording.
I think Vice Chair.
Well, Cole spoke up to say, and I cannot pronounce his last name, so I'm not even going to try. Yeah, Vice Chair of it said, "Hold on while we figure this out," and that's the only thing that's been said by anyone not. I don't even think Scott has even said something, but I don't know. I don't follow Scott.
I like to talk because he has not said a thing.
Yeah, so that's the only thing even close that we've heard is saying, "Hold on while we try and figure this out," and we still haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I just know a lot of big names in the fandom are now there's an open call for boycott of the convention.
Yeah,
including some big names. I saw Fold Papers is pretty mad about it.
Yeah.
I suppose Gamelon from EQD.
Gamelion it's there's a lot of people.
And it's blown up, and it's as someone said, this is how you destroy your convention in one night.
Yeah.
Because now there's an actual, like, people don't want to go because of this one person.
Yeah, well, two
people, but
Scott's
the major
still
one
in
is Kyle.
Kyle's the latest, but Scott kind of is the initial match onto this one. But this really sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts.
Yeah, long-time listeners know we consider this our home convention because it's literally like an hour and a half drive for us.
Yeah, this one is the one that we can afford to go to all the time because
it's right there.
It's right there. We don't have to buy plane tickets. We don't have to deal with all that stuff. So it's the one we've been going every year.
Mm-hmm.
We have never missed one of these, and we really enjoy going. And it kind of sucks for the rest of the Everfree staff too because I'm pretty sure this caught every one of them off guard too.
I know apparently in private, a lot of them are pretty upset about this.
And honestly, we're all waiting for a response from Everfree, an official response from Everfree on what the heck they're going to do. And a lot of us pretty much want these two gone.
Yeah.
Scott and Kyle out. And I don't see any other options at this point on how to fix this, but I also don't know how they're going to do that. As far as I know, the board consists of 3 people, 2 of which are Kyle and Scott. So how do you oust 2/3 of the leadership?
Yeah.
How do you do that? They can't, you can't just say, "Oh, we'll just create a new Everfree." They can't.
Mm-hmm.
It's controlled by the board. You can't use a name. You can't use the locations. The contracts are all going to be held by Pegasi. So, you could create a new organization and try and move some of the staff over, but you don't have time. 2019, you're not going to have a secondary Everfree by 2019. It can't be in the same location.
No.
Because, they probably already have contracts written with location. Yeah, they do have contracts written already for the DoubleTree for next year. So you can't overlap it there because you split away from Pegasi, you lose the contracts, you lose the names, you lose all of the legal rights to it. So yeah, it's like I don't know how they're going to do this. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I do know that there's definitely staff. I remember there's definitely staff who are actually actively against what Kyle did because the Everfree account was liking tweets that were talking about how this needs to be fixed and whatnot. I saw that, and it's like,
Yeah,
so
I would not be surprised, and I'm certain that the overwhelming majority of Everfree staff are against what Kyle is saying. But the problem is, Kyle's the one.
He's the one who has
Kyle is president.
He holds all the cards.
And if Scott is with Kyle, if those two are in cohorts in this, if those two are aligned to each other, that's 2/3. And if there is only 3, because I don't know, I don't have a list of the board members.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if the majority of leadership is, doing this, how do you handle that? It's almost like what's going on in the U.S. government right now.
Yeah. The biggest thing, the boycott thing, is basically Kyle leaves or we don't go.
Yeah. Because it's like, none of us want to support a group that's doing this.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not going.
I don't want to support it.
I'm not going if he's still in charge when it happens.
Yeah. And this hurts.
And I know the vendor hall is going to be, if this keeps going, he's still in charge and everything, I'm pretty sure the vendor hall is going to be really empty because...
Well, yeah, Kyle basically gave the middle finger to every vendor in the world.
Yeah.
Basically saying, we don't actually really need you. There's plenty of fish in the sea.
So the vendor hall is going to probably be crap.
Yeah, because the majority of vendors are going to stick together.
Which
I say the majority because there has been cases.
Attendee count is probably going to be way down because a lot of people are saying, I'm not going to go.
Yeah.
It's like, I was planning, but I won't go now.
Yeah, none of us want to support
I'll save a few $100. Okay. So... We're not surprised when the attendee count drops and it's like, oh, what happened? I wonder what happened. You can point to exactly one specific incident.
I guess one lucky thing is that it happened now and not next year, closer to the
When everyone's
convention,
already
before
got their-
people can. Yeah, because the hotel block hasn't gone up yet, and I'm certain people haven't really, or at least a lot of people haven't bought plane tickets yet. So they're not gonna have to struggle to try and get refunds on those.
No, it's at this point, it's like
it hurts a lot because, like we said earlier, this is our home convention. This is the one we go to. This is the one we can easily afford to go to. And if Everfree's gone, if we can't, even if it's not gone, if we can't conscience going to it, what else? What else do we got?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to get to other conventions. We can't afford that. We're trying to get to some, but plane tickets are expensive.
Yep. It's good for us going to a convention. It costs us almost $1,000 each just to get there and stay and come home.
Yeah,
And
it's like half the cost for an entire convention when it's local here.
Yeah, Everfree, it's just it was only because we want to stay in the hotel.
Yeah, I spend extra because I say at the DoubleTree.
Yeah,
and it's a little bit more spendy, but I find it's worth it.
Rather than having to get up early and drive every single day.
But yeah, if I want to go to other conventions, I have to find a cheap hotel and pay twice as much for the entire trip.
Because we got to fly out there.
Yeah.
Or we could drive out there, but then it's okay. Now we got to set aside
That's
time.
gas and, days of driving.
And we also have to stop at hotels
and
our motels on the way and spend money there.
So yeah, it's like, what else do we have if we lose our home convention? It hurts.
Mm-hmm.
It really hurts.
So yeah, it's like, yeah, I didn't want to say anything super public about opinions either way for a while because I wanted to see how it unfolded. But as of now, it's been
still radio
several
silence.
days and nothing.
Yeah, and I don't know how they're going to handle this. I don't know what they can even do.
Yeah, and that's really the problem. Like, I heard something about there's something going on behind the scenes, but nothing concrete.
Yeah.
Other than I just heard some stuff from something's going down.
Well, yeah.
But other than that, we have no other information. That a lot of it's most of it's just Twitter reactions. But you can you can find it if you go to Midnight Premier's Twitter feed. That's at midprem.
One thing I will say is try to keep your anger targeted to the individuals responsible.
To
Kyle and a little bit of Scott.
Yeah, Scott's the one who instigated it.
Don't start attacking the convention in general.
Yeah, the convention. It's like as a lot of people said, we don't want to see the convention fail. We want to see them succeed. We want to have a fun time at Everfree, but we can't if this is going down on.
Yes, but if you're going to direct anger at anyone, direct it only at the people responsible.
Mm-hmm.
I have been seeing a lot of people just start dissing Everfree in general over this, and it's like, it's not them, it's Kyle. So please.
Okay, we can go on about this forever, but I really don't want to.
But
the other thing is, between now and release, there might be something might happen.
God, I
they might
hope we
post
get something good.
All of those we just said is irrelevant or super relevant. It depends. We don't know.
We don't know. But yeah, like as of right now, it is September 23rd when we are recording.
3:14 in the afternoon Pacific time.
Yeah, so if something happens between now and when you hear this, take that into account.
Yeah, so it will, and we'll of course revisit the topic if there's further developments. Because I'm really hoping their plan is not keep quiet, keep your head down, and hope it all blows over.
Yeah,
I really hope that's not
going
their
to
plan.
blow over. I would hope they wouldn't do that, because if you've ever watched this fandom, something this big never blows over.
No. Well, actually, this fandom problem is part of the fandom's a little too forgiving.
Some of it is, but in general, no.
So hopefully something good comes of all this.
Yeah.
So that's that for that unfortunate topic. So moving on.
Something hopefully a little bit more.
Yeah, more lighthearted. New episode of the show, well, newish. What Lies Beneath. So as a quick summary. The student 6 are trying to study for a test because they got one and they're having a hard time, and Cozy Glow comes and says vaguely racist things, and they wind up thinking that their friendship is not in their nature, so then they wind up under the school because they're investigating, and it turns out there's Twilight, and she gets upset about them, gives them a new test, and they have to face their fears and individually, and then get them together, and then, hey, guess what? Turns out Twilight is not really Twilight, it's this tree taking the form of Twilight, and says they passed the test, they came out, and this Cozy Glow apologizes, and they fall asleep, and that's it.
Yeah, this one's a bit interesting.
Yeah, it's odd. It was written by Mike Vogel. Yeah, it's kind of interesting because we get a little bit more about the Student 6.
Yeah.
A little bit more about them. So, yeah, we're finally fleshing them out.
Here we are at the end of this season. We're finally giving them more.
Yeah, the last few episodes with them in the final half of the season. Go figure. Like, nothing for the first half. It took a while. But, yeah, it's interesting just because we get little things like, what they're all afraid of, for one, I guess.
Yep.
And I guess another thing of just testing the bonds of their testing their friendship super hard, see how good those bonds are.
Yep.
Yeah, because you got Gallus is actually claustrophobic apparently.
Apparently he is claustrophobic.
So let's put him in a room that slowly gets smaller and smaller if he moves wrong.
Yep.
Silverstream is afraid of the Storm King still.
Yep. Still afraid of the Storm King coming back.
Yona's afraid of spiders.
Spiders.
Sandbar didn't face the fear, really.
No, Sandbar...
It was kind of more, I guess, fear of possibly the...
Yeah, Sandbar's was a bit different than the rest of them.
I guess it's possible his whole possible fear might have been just being afraid of... Or not fear, but just his thing was just being tempted away. Because that was the whole thing was, they're not... It's not on our nature, but he's the pony, so...
Yeah, he is the pony, so I guess his would be different.
Yeah, you have to. Who are you more loyal to, the ponies or these non-ponies?
Yeah.
Apparently, Smolder's afraid of being cute.
Afraid of admitting she likes being cute.
Don't call me cute!
Yeah. And Ocellus is afraid that the old changing nature is still waiting to come out. She hasn't changed at all.
Yeah. Yeah, some of the setup is weird just because you got a bunch of stuff. It kind of feels like sometimes it feels a little fast. Sometimes other times,
yeah.
I don't know. It feels like some of the focus was weirdly placed. Like some things focus was placed wrong, I guess. Like you focus too long on this one thing and at the expense of this other thing. Sometimes.
Yeah, I think a little bit. Yeah.
Like they really went. Like Gallus have felt like there's a lot on Gallus just sitting in a room.
I guess.
And like we're really just kind of breezed over Ocellus a little bit.
Yeah, I wanted to see a bit more on Ocellus, and I think Silverstream probably could have shortened that a little bit.
Yeah,
but
so it was kind of weird in general.
I don't know, but it probably just would have worked better just with more than 22 minutes. I think there was a little bit was just compression for time.
Yeah, it's kind of odd because, it's that whole thing of this pacing oddness, I guess.
Yeah.
But the other thing, what made me think was when Ocellus is just forced to looking like Chrysalis, I guess. And, that, I'm hideous!
Yes, I'm hideous!
It's like, okay, some of the fans are like, oh boy, hey, no, hey, wow. No, hey,
some people really like Chrysalis.
Yep. But the other thing was, Smolder showed up. No, Smolder, yeah. Think for a second. Smolder showed up and talked to her, and Smolder, when Ocellus says she's Ocellus, Smolder just trusts her immediately. Even though Chrysalis, can disguise. And
yeah. Probably because they've already assumed, it's a test. What we're seeing isn't real.
But it's still kind of...
So...
It's still kind of weird.
You sound like Ocellus. It would make sense.
To a degree, but at the same time, it also would make sense that Chrysalis is, doing things. But yeah, it's I just found that a little odd. It's immediate trust of something that you not necessarily be able to trust.
Yeah.
So that was a little odd. But that was another thing was that Smolder just tea parties and stuff.
Tea parties and dress up.
It just she likes cute things, apparently.
She likes cute things.
Which is, for her, is like, she's a dragon.
You can't do that if you're a dragon.
She got dressed up as a princess.
Yep.
The dress and everything. And
makeup and eyeliner.
She was actually quite happy with that.
Yep.
Tell anyone you're dead.
Yeah. It's been interesting. We got a bit more on the tree.
Yeah,
The tree.
The tree apparently is becoming more and more aware.
Yeah, the tree's power is growing.
Yeah, and
gaining new abilities.
The tree's literally growing too.
Yeah.
Because its roots are all the way out there.
Yep. It's probably part of the castle.
Still, it's a good distance for roots to go.
Yeah. Well, you saw how far like the plunder vines went.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they probably didn't come directly from the tree. The castle is like a tree extension because with the map and stuff, and it kind of did, shoot. It shot a giant seed and planted itself as the castle. The castle is part of another part of the tree. That's how it spreads itself. It just does that. So it's probably
still, it's like it decided to take the form of Twilight.
I guess it made the most sense at the time.
Yeah, this is still
the headmaster.
Yeah, you can tell like something's off because Twilight's not talking normally, and she's glowing.
Why are you glowing and sparkling?
Sparkly or
sparklier. Sparkle is sparkling.
Yeah, she's talking like this.
Yes, very kind of monotone and dead. Yeah, sort of deadpan. That empty look on her face.
Yep.
Also, it's like the school was built with vents into those caverns. Who built the school with them there? Had to know something was down there.
I don't know. Well, I think the implication was, that stuff grew after the school's built.
I'm assuming, but the caves had to have been there that the vents hooked up to.
Something. I'm not sure why the vents there. There must be some reason.
The vents are part of the school. Those were built for the
Unless
school.
there was a ventilation system that the tree ripped up.
Oh, great. The Tree of Harmony is destroying the school.
Great. Just great.
It's not destroying it. It's making it better.
You made them worse.
I made worse or better. I haven't seen Zim in a while.
Yeah, the other thing was Cozy Glow's diet racism.
Oh,
at the beginning. It's like, I'm just surprised you're doing so well considering friendship isn't in your nature.
Yes, it was also quite intended to twist.
Yeah, becomes pretty obvious by the end. She did that very much intentionally.
Yep. She's not a good person. She really isn't. Yeah, it's very obvious.
Drinking that diet racism.
Yep.
Because, that's the sort of thing you hear where people just say things not really being overt, but
Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
This
You're not like the other. Oof. Yeah.
You're one of the good ones.
Yep. Stuff like that. It's just oof.
Oof. Yes, and then of course at the end when it's pretty obvious he's trying to prevent them from telling the main six what's going on with the tree and everything by making up some sob story, which is flimsy. When you listen to that, it's super flimsy. The reason why they can't tell anyone.
Flimsy.
And then of course she just starts crying, and everyone just kind of goes, okay.
And they're all super tired.
Yeah.
So
the other thing, but it was just crying because that's what a character like that does. Is you cry,
and they all want to believe you.
It's like okay, stop crying, please.
Cry.
Yeah, but we get back to the other thing about Yona and the spiders. So it was weird, just because it's Yona's afraid of spiders, but it's like, they're just kind of just coming in slowly, and she's freaking out until one comes like,
hey.
Somehow she understands them.
Yeah, apparently.
I guess they're magic spiders, so
yeah, they are magic spiders.
Boy, can you imagine? She shocks her real spider and just nothing, no response.
Oh no,
or just kind of jumps on her face.
Yep.
Fear reignited.
Yeah. You need to go have a talk with Fluttershy.
Spidersies.
I really wanted her to just come riding in on a wave of spiders, just laughing maniacally.
Oh no.
The Spider Master.
Spider yak.
Not quite what I was thinking, but yeah, it would be pretty cool too. Just Yona just comes in walking on the ceiling.
Oh no.
Is there pictures of Yona dressed up like Spider-Man yet?
I don't know.
This needs to happen.
I want pictures.
Pictures
of Spider
Yona.
Spider yak. They can't use Yona because that's her real name.
Yeah, Spider Yak.
There's only one yak and shh. Let her have this. But no. But yeah, it's yeah. So we get a little character growth going on, and another movie reference with the Storm King stuff, which Silverstream's shadows, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, this is just okay. Actually do want to kind of see what they'd actually look like in the animation, but I guess they don't want to actually do that.
Yeah, that's time and effort.
But effort.
Yeah. I would really like to see it. Honestly, looking at the different fears, Silverstream and Celis have some pretty
Heavy ones?
heavy fears going on there.
Mm-hmm. Fear of things from their past.
Yeah, well, Silverstream deals with a fear that comes from years of abuse, basically. That just fear of oppression is what it is. That fear from that. Ocellus is just that internal demons coming out kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm. Or potential internal demons.
Yeah.
Right? The fear of, well, we changed, but...
Did we really? It could still... I don't know. Ocellus needs to go talk to human Twilight. Those two need to get together and have a talk about their whole, oh no, there's something deep inside of me. I'm afraid of getting out.
Oh, yeah. The midnight in me.
Midnight, yes.
The chrysalis in me? Oh.
The chrysalis in me.
Oh, no.
No.
Yes, please, says some of the fandom.
Some of the fandom would really like that. Yeah. Gallus. Nah. Gallus is just afraid of small spaces.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. Like, different colored beams will make shrink or grow the room.
Yep. It's a puzzle.
Yep.
He just had to solve the puzzle.
Stop fidgeting so much. No! Yeah, it's like, what would have happened if you messed up, though?
Just
would the tree save him?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Is a tree capable of that?
Well, controlling the whole thing.
Probably wouldn't. But probably wouldn't actually have done
Reset the room.
To him. But it would just had that you failed and just have that weighing on him the whole time. You failed the test.
Well, the test wasn't really so much about the actual doing, is more about the concern they had. Their whole thing was they were more concerned about each other than they were about themselves.
Yeah.
So that was the actual test. But yeah, you're so worried about your friends you messed up. I guess you passed.
I guess you passed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them were kind of weird, but I get what they were going for.
I did like the whole, it was Smolder just fly away. Oh, we're right back.
Yep.
Come sit next to me. We'll compliment each other.
You did that voice way too well.
That's a big egg. Just also Yona falling asleep.
Yep.
Fell asleep with the book on the face. I've done that.
Yep.
It's a little frightening when you wake up with that book on your face, though.
Oh god, I can't see!
You can kind of see, it's just wrong.
Wrong. It's just wrong.
Panic. And the book comes
the book
off.
goes flying. Oh no, I lost my place.
Yep. That's, I've done that before.
Yep. And then you find you drooled on the book and it seeped through. It's like, oh.
Yeah, but it was also interesting was at the beginning actually was Twilight, giving the lecture about that. And it's just like they're trying to. It's like, wait, was this before or after Discord did the chocolate rain?
There's a lot of things that go into the history book that only happened in the last few years.
Yeah, it's like the last few years are pretty packed. By the way, there's another 1,000 years of history to go through.
Don't worry, nothing happened.
Or over 1,000.
Nothing happened though.
Most of it, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting just because we got a little bit more growth of the Student 6. We get an obvious tell of Cozy Glow.
Yep.
So yeah, obvious. At this point, if you didn't already know, she's pretty evil.
She's pretty evil.
Yeah. This is, again, it's nice finally. I just feel those are kind of like they took way too long to really establish anything with the Guardian Student 6.
Yeah.
This is like, you're finally doing it after what? At this close to the end of the season? Took you long enough. Although sometimes this feels somewhat, again, still kind of feels like the weird rehash of the main 6.
A bit.
Which I think that's just kind of inevitable because of what they're doing. How they're doing it.
You know, kind of, big test.
Here's another group of 6 characters.
Yeah. It was almost, although not that close to, testing themselves is almost like the pilot for this series.
For a
They all had to
spin-off.
find their elements.
Yeah.
But not quite. It was a little different than that.
Yeah. I'm actually struggling.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
Actually, I remember when I said this something else. I was looking forward to this episode, and
Did not meet your expectations?
no, what happened was because I saw a screen cap of Chrysalis.
Oh.
I didn't know it was a Celis, so I was
Okay,
like,
yeah,
this
like-
is where Chrysalis comes back, I guess,
Apparently not.
because the whole what lies beneath. See, screen cap of Chrysalis. Like, oh, is she doing something like some sort of revenge thing?
Oh, yeah.
So my expectations were completely a different area.
Yeah,
I was
it
in
would
the-
make sense because we saw Chrysalis and she was going after the tree, and now
Yeah.
we see the tree doing something here.
Yeah, and then I see
Chrysalis...
screen cap of
Yeah,
Chrysalis.
but
I
no.
went, oh.
Nope.
No, but Mike did tease that Chrysalis would return later in the season, so I hope this wasn't it, because that would be kind of a weak.
Yeah. You lied. Not really. She was there. Not really, though. Her image was, but it wasn't her. Unless it was.
Yeah, it was a pretty enjoyable episode for the most part. Just kind of, I think, some odd pacing issues, and it tried and did mostly succeed on fleshing out the Student 6 a bit more.
Yeah. It was enjoyable. It's just a couple of weird
My
odd
biggest thing
parts.
is just pacing.
Yeah. But
Other
other
than
than that, it was really
It
good.
was good. It was good.
I liked it.
It was weird just because my expectations went in a completely different direction just because of misunderstanding.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's always jarring. It's like, this wasn't all I wanted. It's still good, but it's not what I wanted.
That's not what I wanted.
But anyway, that's that. So we can move on.
Yes.
We got fan content coming up next. We probably should go ahead and start with music.
Music. Yes. I've got 2 that I want to feature this week. We're going to start out with Forever Free Brony and Replacers, Piece of History.
I know I used to dream, but I never dreamed of this. Oh, here they come again. There's no escaping them. What do I gotta do to be finally free? Whoever knew I would become a piece of history? If I could choose, then I would still remain a mystery.
This is a fun, kind of old school feel. Pop rock, kind of a song.
Pop rocks.
Yeah, pop rocks. But yeah, it feels like something I'd hear in Grease, the movie. So it has that kind of hard to say, almost 50s-esque feel to it.
I was actually thinking 60s.
So, yeah, but that's still that
60s
old
classic
school,
rock.
Yeah, feel, and it's fun. Though a couple times I feel it's a little bit disjointed between
Yeah, a little bit.
like
Like the
this-
end.
the end, or like the bridge between verse to chorus kind of
Yeah,
feels a
but
little bit
it's very-
disjointed, but it's still
Yeah,
fun.
so it's like 60s-ish rock with a little bit of a twist here and there.
Yeah,
So yeah, because a lot of
Twist.
it, like,
twist and shout.
Yeah.
Yeah, Forever Free Brony and Replacer working together. That's a cool one.
and also I really like the bass line in it.
Yes, it's got a really fun bass line.
And
So-
also the great vocals.
Both Replacer and Forever Free Brony have amazing vocals. So yes, good team up, good song. The second one I have is Radiarc's. Yes, I'm featuring another Radiarc song. Aleph Null. This one is very much not like the first one. This one is heavy and dark. It starts off with this D&B genre, though it starts to fade out of D&B and move on to other styles. But it keeps its heavy and dark feel. It's really well done. And especially in the later half, it starts kind of reminding me of Doom music, which is really cool. Like the Doom remake.
Yeah, any GM.
And not even Doom music. But yeah, really fun, really cool song there.
Yeah, that's I was listening to it. It's like it kind of it's weird. It swaps between like a mystical wonder vibe and then kind of goes to an intense action vibe. It kind of does that throughout the song. Kind of swaps between the two. So you got the guitars kind of kicking in and off, and that's when you get the more intense stuff. And then you also got the vocal bits with like the weird chanty vocal type stuff, or not really chanty, but
yeah,
the mystical type stuff.
Like Halo music. Not quite.
Not quite. I would put more like the fantasy genre type thing.
Yeah.
So you're just supposed to like, look how amazing all this is.
Big shiny thing. Yeah.
And then someone stabs someone. Well, there we go.
Well,
time for action.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's actually a pretty great song. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it's a weird mashup of two genres in a way.
Both of these songs are coming up on the latest Ponies at Dawn Enigma release. That's actually going to be coming up at the end of the week after you hear this. There's going to be a live airing on Friday. Forgot what time, but on Friday on Ponyville FM. So check their site if time hasn't already passed. And listen in and then get this album when it comes out. It's going to be good. A lot of songs on it.
Right. That's the music.
That is the music.
Moving on to fanfiction. Yes, I do have something this week.
You do have something.
No update again. But new fanfic is called Welcome to El Taco Guapo by LateToTheParty. In which sunset is an unwilling accessory to a romance.
Yes.
Between Pinky and Sonata. And that's pretty much the gist of it.
That's pretty much the gist
cheap
of it.
Taco Bell-esque restaurant.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very short, less than 2,000 words, but actually 1,700 words.
Yeah, it's very short.
It's
funny.
Odd.
It's odd. It's funny, and there's nacho cheese involved.
Yeah, it's nacho cheese.
And someone dying.
Yeah, someone dies.
Someone dies.
And weird mental games.
Yes.
Supposedly. It's odd, and I liked it. It just made me laugh when I read it.
It's gonna make my trip to Taco Bell interesting.
Eat it slowly.
I don't usually get a tub of nacho cheese though.
So yeah, go check that out. It won't take you very much time to read it. I can't say a whole lot about it, but it just really tickled the funny bone. It's really weird because it's not marked as comedy; it's marked as random.
Yeah,
it's a little out there.
Out there,
but it works. It's random humor that works. So that's it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed. And if you did enjoy, you can check out past and future episodes at pony411.libsyn.com. Again, that's spelled Libsyn. All our episodes are listed there along with our RSS feed and links to all the stuff I'm about to say over the next few minutes. So we got youtube.com/pony411. You can go there and like, comment, subscribe, check, click the notification bell and all that stuff. Keep updated there. You could go to iTunes and search for Pony411 and subscribe there and rate and review. There's Google Play, play.google.com/music. Search for Pony411 on that if you want to, and subscribe. And you could also go to Stitcher.com or the Stitcher iOS or Android apps. Apparently just overhauled stuff because I got an email about it. So you want a new look and stuff. But you can search for us on there and subscribe. Various other places that we don't officially put our podcast on, but they're there if you want to. The aggregate sites.
Yep.
There's Ponyville Live, ponyvillelive.com. You can see us there along with a bunch of other podcasts and radio stations, including Ponyville FM, where we air every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you want to check us out there and just not subscribe and also listen to a bunch of DJs and music and a bunch of cool stuff. You can check that out. Or if you'd like to, contact us, you can do so, pony411podcast@gmail.com. Questions, comments, criticisms, the new episode, what'd you think of the Student 6 and their adventures in the basement with creepy Twilight, floaty, not Twilight.
I'm the android sent by Cyberlight.
Oh no. Oh no, I made the bad episode. Wait, no.
I think that game was actually, not horrible.
It's still pretty bad though.
It's not great, but it's not horrible.
But yeah, do that, all that stuff. Other comments about other topics we talked about if you want. There's also, of course, our facebook.com/pony411. Like us there. New episodes will show up as they come out, and other videos if we ever get around to them, because, well, we don't buy as much merchandise as we used to.
Yeah.
We're kind of like, yeah, we're done. We got the characters we want, well, for most part, and you're not making the other ones we want, so, okay. But maybe soonish. We may have a couple things we were talking about there. But anyway, there's that. Or you could, see us on Twitter. We're at Pony411. Follow us, retweet us, like us, all that stuff. See our nonsense. Occasionally. Or you can follow our personal Twitters. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1, and he's at Alcatraz717 _ at the end. I've been tweeting a lot, actually, recently. A lot more than usual.
I actually made a tweet.
Yeah.
A couple tweets.
Yeah, for me, it's like Doki Doki and Bowsette.
I decided I'm going to restore my old car.
Yeah.
That's kind of an undertaking, but hey, it'll be fun.
Yeah, you can follow us on there. And that's pretty much it.
That's all, folks.
Yep. So tune in next week. We'll be talking about Sounds of Silence. The one that, people have been spoiling on Twitter and everything because, whatever. Who cares now? I guess.
Yep.
But until then, though, please, unlike the people who spoil things on Twitter, please pony responsibly.
Please.
See ya.